Okay, here we are. This is from here you can see the swirlers, the biofilter, and sump pump. It's gonna be right there. Behind that's the well. Right here where these wood chips are is gonna be built up 32 inches. And on top of that 32 inches of wood chips and dirt, bricks, whatever I got to put in there, will be that 1,000-gallon tank. In the background you see the 200-gallon tanks and the 250-gallon tanks. Or troughs, excuse me. Then you see this scaffolding, which 3 tanks will go on top. 3 of these little 28 pressure tanks, which will feed 3 big pressure tanks, which will give me zones, so I can control water on the outside back here in open air troughs. We got the poles corners set for the greenhouse. The wood chips down. Oh, you can see it roped off. This here is a baffle. It's all just pushed together. It's not glued, so you can take it apart and clean it. These are them pieces I was talking about. I got couplings to put them together. And down there's another baffle. I still got to set the 2 poles in the middle of the greenhouse, 10 foot apart. You can see the stakes over there. There'll be 4 more poles. And I'll put a railing up for the hoops, which are cattle panels, 16 by 52s. They'll sit right about where that blue rope is. I don't know if you can see the blue rope. That'll be about 30 inches off the ground, which will give us a good 12 foot from the bottom to the top of the hoop and 12 foot across. So we're doing pretty good. The ground's drying up. The grasses need to be mowed. Water in the ruts are dry. I still got a ways to go before we start cycling. Setting that big tank and putting the pump in the well is our next step. Then I got to get the holes cut in the pipe. That's going to be circulating water, which will come all the way back around and feed the fish tanks. The fish tanks are on the bottom. You start them off in fries and step them up. And it's 110 gallons, so I'll be able to keep 50 fish in there easy. Family's not big fish eaters yet, but once they get fresh fish in their system, they might like it. There's 2 tanks there with will be grow media on top here, which will be flood and drain. Then in the middle, once I get this set up, I got little square swimming pools that stand about 15 inches tall. That will be our deep water raft system. And that will be right in the middle. But I gotta put the hoop up before I stick them in there. That gives us some room to work. We're moving along, YouTube. We're gonna make it. I got, like I said, these 1.25 inch screens, well points. Let me back up. I'll see if I can grab one. I don't know if you can see it, but inside here is real small cuts. This is the screen, and that will go inside the big 1,000-gallon tank to help the fish waste settle to the bottom. And then I'll have a big 2-inch nozzle that I can clean the bottom of that tank with. And all my big tanks they'll have drains. They're cut off right now. I got to put them on, but My swirlers and my big tanks, they all have drains. The biofilter with these pressure tanks, they'll have peg cuts on there where I can turn them off and on, and you'll see they clean up pretty good. The rust is gone. I gotta clean these two tanks yet. This one here is, there's an O-ring in the bottom of these tanks. These screw right off. This one needs to be cleaned yet. What I got here is a stand for swirling. It's just a 4-inch pipe with a drain on the top. That sets them in the tank about halfway up. Then the swirler will be on the bottom, swirling it around. I don't know if you can see, but there's that big white piece there has 4 or 5 slots on it, and the fish poo will come. I'll have to notch these here on the bottom, just like you do your covers for your bell siphons. And once I get those set up, the big tank, this is an 8x8 pad of wood chips. I'll set some blocks in there, and then 3/4 inch plywood, and then we got some foam. I'll set that down, and that'll be self-leveling. So got a ways to go, but I got seeds already and some starter stuff going. We gotta go drill a well today, so waiting on the boss to come back with some lunch so we can head out. There's the kids' playground. It's just filled with pea gravel. If I gotta get some pea gravel for my flood and drain or cups for the big tubes, I forget what they call that. But I'll keep you updated. Okie dokie. Bye bye.